The training here at APS prepared me for my current role. I wasn't really sure what to expect and I was a little intimidated going in, but once I entered my new position, I quickly realized I knew everything that was going on. I was totally prepared, I knew all the terminology, and it just seemed like a perfect fit.
I acquired several skills from AAPS, like auditing, CAP part, the documentation skills, and the laboratory skills, and the instrumentation part. I strongly feel that the backbone of this training is the GMP compliance and the regulation, and that helped me very much as a compliance specialist.
Hi, I'm one of the laboratory instructors here at AAPS, and I teach courses in Dissolution, HPLC, and General Laboratory Techniques. While I was a supervisor, I got the opportunity to interview many candidates for chemist roles in the pharma industry. However, what I noticed and what the challenge was that we found that the candidates didn't usually have the proper combination of GMP knowledge, hands-on knowledge of the instruments, along with proper documentation techniques. And so this is the advantage of AAPS. You get hands-on training on the actual instruments you're going to use, and you get knowledge of all the good industry practices that are important for those. And probably most importantly is, in terms of documentation, the expectations, and you're going to get practice with the documentation, because we simulate through experiments what actually happens in the industry.
So this program, I learned about a lot of things. I learned about SOPs, I learned how to find something in a USP. I learned a lot of things, and going into the company I've actually had to review a lot of SOPs. I'm doing that every day. I've also had to look at change controls, deviations, OOSs. So these are all things I had no idea what they were, but thanks to the college I was able to go in there and look confident and know what I'm doing.
It was very difficult for me as I was not from a pharmaceutical background. I was a molecular biologist. I was having R&D and QC experiences back home. I was trying to bring the transferable skills from those experiences, but really it was very hard for the startup. That's why I was clear in mind to do some courses to get knowledge of the Canadian industry, and that's why I was in AAPS, and that really helped me very much.
So as I mentioned before, we teach courses in Dissolution, HPLC, and General Laboratory Techniques. We start out very basic with the analytical techniques that you need most often in the industry. Those are weighing, pipetting, and dilutions. And then we move from there to more advanced techniques. Along the way, we give training on instrumentation, calibration of the instrumentation, maintenance of the instrumentation. We cover things like pH meter, balances, then we get more advanced with UV spectrophotometers, HPLC, Karl-Fischer, and all along the way we cover documentation, proper documentation of all those instruments.
While moving to Canada, I understand that pharmaceutical industry is one of the booming industry in Ontario. So I was thinking about taking some career courses on the same. I shortlisted some career colleges and visited some of them. Here in AAPS, I met our Dean Lalay, and she helped me to choose this course by informing me regarding the career advancements and the job opportunities and everything. After the discussion, I decided to choose this course, particularly keeping in mind about the transferable skills from my previous job experiences and all. And on the same time, I communicated with several alumni members of the AAPS through a LinkedIn platform, and I was happy that almost everyone got placed in the leading companies, pharmaceutical as well as food and cannabis companies in Ontario. That's why I decided to join AAPS.
In my decision of going back to school, I looked at the various colleges available in the city, and AAPS just seemed to fit my schedule perfectly. I didn't have to wait for a certain start time. They always have programs running, and the courses, the practical and the technical training were exactly what I was looking for.
So that's really what gives AAPS a kind of an advantage over any other college that you may think of.
The faculty and staff at AAPS was excellent right from the beginning. I wasn't quite sure which program to choose, but right from the start they sat with me, they went through my options and told me what would be best for me. It ended up being a great experience.